Hey guys, welcome back to Warcraft 2 Arena. This is episode 7. I am a Warcraft 2 ninja. So it's a 3-on-2 on Warcraft 2 Remastered, where I bust out some martial arts moves. And yeah, so we got Maharba, Tech Gob, Strasis, Dead Ends, Mac Truck, and yours truly here, Wolf Feral in this matchup here. So we'll go ahead and start the game up. And yeah, as you can see here, I'm blue, and my two allies here. There's too much going on. I'm not going to mention anyone else's name here in this video, but my allies black and orange are at 8 and 9 o'clock. And yeah, so I'm going to start this off with a rant, because so there's in Warcraft 2 fixed and random map locations. So when you create a game, you can determine if you want your position to be fixed, so basically everyone knows where you are, or random, which is what everyone usually uses, because that just adds a whole other dimension to the game where you don't know where people are and you get different locations and whatnot. So anyway, there's a bug with that right now where it doesn't actually work, and it's been like that for like a week or something here now. I don't even know exactly. I didn't even realize that as I was playing this here last night on Wednesday, as I'm recording this on a Thursday. And anyway, so I go over to 6 o'clock, or sorry, 5 o'clock, and I throw barracks into his gold mine, and I'm like, I want to do some redecorating in here, so I move it just over one more spot there, and that kind of forces his units from his town hall to have to go the long way around his town hall to get to the gold mine. And anyway, so as I'm doing that, I'm like, I might as well send some more dudes over there. So I repair a lumber mill at the top of my base and wall off there, as I've got my worker units going full tilt over to build a guard tower and start kind of pushing forward with towers here, as I've got them hopefully distracted with those racks, or that racks. And anyway, orange just runs by with the footman and sees exactly what I'm doing immediately. And anyway, so I would figure, okay, well, I'll put another barracks in this gold mine there. As I do that, I take my first worker that's finished my first barracks and build a tower over on the left. And yeah, my second barracks was about to die, so I just canceled it. And then my worker unfortunately didn't survive that either. So yeah, both of those workers I sent after the fact are both dead here. But you'll see with my peasant there, and this is where my ninja moves start to kick off here. I've got that tower built where he's popped off to the left of them, and the tower's blocking anything from getting to my worker, so he can freely repair that tower and nothing can stop him outside of, at this point, if he had an archer, that would actually be pretty effective. But beyond that, he's got free reign to repair here. So as you can see, that's what he's doing. And what Teal should have done here is immediately sent all of his workers to attack that tower as soon as I started building it, to stop it, or put up another tower. Those are the two things he could have done to stop this, but he didn't do either of them. And so now you can see he's paying the price here, as he almost gets it down, but I have a reinforced footman from that barracks just in the nick of time to stave off that attack on my tower. And now it's basically back to square one, full power. I'm building a wall there, and this is again where my ninja moves start to come into play here. So with walls, they you'll see here shortly, as I've only got the one location, or one kind of area behind that tower now where my peasant can exist to continue repairing that tower. If I were to build a wall there, which I'm going to here shortly, as I put up the guard tower at home just in case. And yeah, so if I put up a wall where he is, he'll have nowhere else to go but to the right of his current location. And so he's able to kind of pop out of where he is. And so we'll see that here momentarily. So yeah, again, so now my barracks is gone. He can mine, but my tower is just within range of his workers as I get attacked here by orange, or 4 o'clock. And yeah, so he's losing workers here. This tower is a lethal position. He has to get rid of it, or he just can't. He can't mine there. His workers are just going to keep dying. So anyway, you notice there I popped out from behind the tower, and actually now started a second tower here. So here's the fun part, is what I'm going to do here is I'm actually just going to pop back behind the other tower, because I use this footman's position to block me from moving forward, so I have to actually go back to where it was. So again, I do that here, and so I'm just kung fuing this guy all over the place. And so I got that second tower now going up there, and yeah, so this guy's, I mean, at this point he needs to have a ballista. That's all he can do to get rid of this. But I mean, he's going to be pretty slow at getting to that point, because he's been producing footmen, hoping to get rid of the tower. So anyway, yeah, so going back to my base here, yeah, putting up a third tower there for a good measure. But as you can see, all of his workers are just a giant pile of bones there now. So you can see he doesn't even have a blacksmith at this point. He's just repairing that. So he's mined enough gold to build a ballista. But yeah, anyway, his town hall should be long dead before that gets out anyway. So this guy's pretty much dead. And so I put up barracks in his base, and you know, when you've got towers like anywhere on the map, it's usually good just to take advantage of them as a you know, support system for your infrastructure. So generally that's usually a good idea to do that. So yeah, I've got a couple of footmen popping out there, and I'm going to help my neighbor who's getting attacked by those footmen that were at my base and are now over at his, but I don't think he really needs my help. And so anyway, you can see that the town hall just goes down there. And so these towers are going to clear out his lumber mill and that other farm as well. As you can see, 9 o'clock, yellow here is just going over and trashing Orange's gold mine production here as he's attacking my other ally at 8. So here I throw up a second barracks, or blacksmith, and I'm going to blame my cat. So I've got this cat. He thinks he's like Sylvester Stallone from the, you know, like the cliffhanger movies, and he just climbs all over me. So but anyway, like I say, we're just kind of playing a casual game here as finally Teal gets his ballista out there, and he's starting to pick away at my my towers there. So anyway, I'm back home, just kind of producing some units. I got quite a few woodworkers on the go here at the moment. So yeah, I've got an overabundance of wood here, if I was to be a little critical of myself. And anyway, so that ballista is taking care of all my towers here now. But of course I've still got a barracks here, and I've got a barracks at home where I've been producing some footmen, and I go hold there. So I don't have time to save my my towers, but I do decide I'm going to take care of that ballista one way or the other here. So yeah, he's just kind of circling it around his guard tower, which is taking out my footmen as I'm hacking away at the ballista. So here I do a little pincer attack and just use both my footmen to attack him from both angles here. So yeah, just enough to get rid of him there, and barely escape with one of my footmen from that guard tower. So yeah, so anyway, you can see on the mini map here that Wade is taking the middle. He should have been at 11, and actually I wasn't even really paying attention, but I think he just moved right to the middle from the start of the game, just probably because he realized that this bug was going on here. And yeah, so anyway, yeah, so here I've got my own ballista, and so I'm going over to hopefully wreak some havoc here on 4 o'clock, and you know, keep pressing forward from my towers there at 5. Yeah, so again, you know, it's usually good just to kind of, once you've invested in any towers anywhere on the map, you know, if you have a choice of building a barracks away from a tower or next to a tower, and of course we're talking about your own tower here, you should always go with your own tower. Not always, but generally speaking, that's just a smart thing to do. Yeah, so anyway, I've decided I've had enough with his guard tower here. I need to get rid of that. So I've got a small handful of units here, and I'm starting to produce knights now, and again, hitting on some upgrades. And usually with upgrades with humans, just as a little side note here, is a lot of times I'll go for my shields first, because they're one difference between humans and orcs in Warcraft 2 on the blacksmith is that the weapon attacks for humans actually cost more gold than the orc ones, which cost more wood. So it really just depends on how you're managing your economy in terms of which of those are better in whatever circumstance you're in. But anyway, so I see it like a fun little spot to stick my ballista there and build a farm around it just to keep it from getting picked off by any units here. And so I'm kind of just slowly finishing off some of Teal's units here. And yeah, so as my tower is going up there, my ballista's kind of got a pretty good spot here where, you know, he can kind of finish off these units. Although at this point it doesn't really matter. I'm pretty sure he's just completely dead. I don't think he's got another base anywhere. Although he could be up at small 12 or maybe even 12 o'clock. But other than that, he's pretty dead. Anyway, so I throw up some mage towers here and yeah, keep upgrading. Just kind of managing my my base at home, which I haven't been doing a great macro job in this game here. Anyway, so yeah, I fall back onto my ballista. So again, just kind of take advantage of what you got in the game, right? And so he takes out one of my 2 upgrading towers there with his footmen. I've got a couple of knights here, so I should be able to take care of that. And still got 1 worker over there, which will just go and repair that tower, bring it back to full strength. And yeah, so I've got a mage and blizzard on the way here. So Orange is, he doesn't know it yet, but he's in for some pain here. And as you can see on the mini map there, white. And again, I wasn't really paying much attention in this game beyond what I was doing and, you know, talking to my wife and dealing with my cats and that kind of stuff. So yeah, just kind of playing real casual here. But you can see white's actually up at 2 o'clock there now. And yeah, so with teal dead at 5, with orange about to get some severe weather systems coming his way here, and white getting completely flattened in the middle and retreating to 2 o'clock. Things aren't looking too good for these guys. You know, honestly, I think we probably have them a little bit outmatched here, you know, but yeah, it kind of happens sometimes. Although usually what we'll do in these kind of games is, you know, try and balance the teams out. Obviously, you don't, you want things to be fair, right? So if you got a player with more experience or a better player, then, you know, you put them on the team with the guy that's got, you know, less experience and try and balance things out that way. But I don't think we did a great job of that in this particular game. Yeah, so anyway, yeah, as we can see here, I've blizzarded his gold workers, and yeah, that's pretty painful. Now, what you want to do when you're kind of blizzarding or death and decaying a line of gold flow workers is you want to wait until you do it again, like 10, 15, maybe 20 seconds, because what's going to happen is you're going to kill all their workers initially, and then they're going to say, oh, I need, you know, I've got no gold workers, I need to put more on gold. And so, I mean, you can almost like clockwork expect that they're going to take all their woodworkers and then throw those into the gold to make up for all the units that they just lost, because chances are at this point in the game that you've got these spells, they need gold more than wood. Like 99 out of 100 times that's going to be the case. As we can see, the game's finally over here and they tap out. Yeah, it was a fun game. Join the community. I'm going to have a link in the description below to do that. Even if you don't even own Warcraft 2, if you've got Battle.net, you can join the Warcraft 2 chat group and, you know, ask questions about the game and, you know, maybe pick it up. And I think if you've already bought, like, you know, Warcraft 3 or 1, you can actually get a discount on like the battle chest version of the 3 combined games. So yeah, check that out. It might be even cheaper than it already is by default, which is like $20. But guys, it's totally worth it. Come hang out, and it's a great community of people we've got here. And there's actually a Discord channel as well, and I'm going to link that. I don't think I've actually put that on my channel here yet, but it can be quite helpful for, you know, just getting like community news and you know, sharing maps and things like that. But yeah, anyway, Blizzard fixed this fixed random map location thing. It's just bad form as a company. You know, just forget about the game, just as a company, to produce an error like this for your customers and just leave it out there. Like, I don't care that there's not a lot of people that play Warcraft 2. That's just bad form, you know. And so if you're leading, or if you're in charge of Warcraft 2 Remastered, I mean, come on. Like, bring some guys in from the StarCraft Remastered team if you have to, but let's get this straight. Like, let's get this multiplayer stuff fixed, right? And I mean, that's all we're asking for. I don't think that's a lot, So anyway, I had a good time with this. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed that. Sorry for the ranting, but if you want to keep watching content like this, like and subscribe. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Have a fantastic day.